Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you don't already know, my name is Chelsea Dawn Khan. It is a pleasure to be here with you today. I am so excited for this video. We are going to be creating this makeup look special for Halloween. It's obviously not a Halloween makeup look. It is very dramatic, like it's not your everyday makeup look, but it is using some Halloween themed makeup, which is what I'm so excited about. So if you can't guess by this box, which is just like the prettiest shade of pink, it's so exciting to get it in the mail. I'm gonna open it up for you guys. You can see inside, it is the Kylie X Nightmare on Elm Street palette. I have been waiting so patiently for this palette. I got so excited. My ride or die friend, her name is Lisa. We do Christmas gifts every year, but she knows Halloween is my favorite holiday. So this year she said she was going to get me a Halloween gift instead of a Christmas gift. And I become obsessed in the fall time with finding the perfect shade of like burgundy-ish eyeshadow. And we had been looking at so many because she said she wanted to get me an eyeshadow for my Halloween gift. And when I saw this one, I was like, that is the perfect one. Like, I need this one. Please, please, please. I wanted it so bad because for this fall, I really wanted more of like a red tone burgundy, whereas last fall, I wanted more of a purple tone one. And this palette had the perfect two shades. So I'm gonna open it up and show it to you guys. There it is out of the box. It is like beautiful. It has the blood splatters on the side. I just love everything about it. And then when you open it up, there are all the shades inside. So the two that I was the most excited for, that like really made me feel like I need this palette for this year, were Dream Demon. That's my perfect shade, like perfect. And then also Bad Dream. And everything else in here is beautiful too. I feel like this palette is so versatile. You can use it for so many things. But those were the two shades that I was like, my pants over. I need this now. And it came in the mail yesterday. It was so hard for me to not touch it or play with it until today. I was so excited to create this look. So, and I think I'm obsessed with it. Like, I really like it. So if you guys want to know how this palette performs, Kylie X Nightmare on Elm Street, if it's good quality or not, would I recommend it? What do I rate it out of 10? Or what do I rate some of the shades out of 10? And like, should you spend your hard-earned money on this if it's still available and not sold out? Then definitely keep on watching, or even just if you're curious to know like how to create this look. So let's get started. I am so excited. I have got my eyelids primed already using my Fenty Beauty Primer. So we are ready to go. What I'm gonna do first is go into my crease with He's Coming. He's Coming. This shade right here. Just with like a bigger kind of fluffy blending brush. And we're just gonna do like a nice, well, hopefully it's gonna be nice. I haven't done my makeup in quite some time, guys, so hopefully a nice spotlight eye. But so far, this is blending like really easily, actually, which I'm enjoying, and it has good pigment as well. Okay, so we've got that done. Oh, also I should say that I used the Brow Freeze by Anastasia Beverly Hills on my brows today. I don't have it here to show you. It's in my bathroom, but I am like obsessed with it. I will definitely do another video on that for you guys. It is a wowie. Like, it works so good. It's insane. Insane. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with more of like a diffused crease brush, and we're going to use this guy right here, Don't Fall Asleep. And I'm just gonna put a slight bit of that pinky tone into the crease, just like a bit under where we just put this shade. So just right in through here. I just wanna do a really nice reddy burgundy eye. So we're just gonna pop a tiny bit of that in. Just a very tiny bit. So I don't know about you guys, but like, cause I'm obsessed with Halloween, right? It's my favorite holiday. I just get so excited for it. Usually by the end of July, I just literally cannot wait for it. And Rex and I, for like the last probably month and a half, have just been trying to watch like all the scary Halloween type movies that we can. And it's just been so much fun. So if you guys like that too, definitely comment below and share what your favorite Halloween movies are. And if there's one that you watch like every single year. So far this year, we have not, what day is today? I think today is the 27th. So we're saving a few of them for obviously actually Halloween day. And then just this week leading up to it. So far we have not watched Hocus Pocus, and we haven't watched all of the like Nightmare on Elm Street movies. We're gonna be doing that, but we binged so many. I really, really, really love the Scream movies. They're probably my favorite. Just because they're like jump scare, but they're also funny. Oh, also, okay, so I just want to say first that this Don't Fall Asleep shade also packs like some pretty good pigment to it. I'm actually really pleasantly surprised, just because it can be so hit or miss. I know a lot of people like poo-poo on Kylie and her brand. And like maybe some of the products aren't like 1000% the best quality, but a lot of them actually are. And I think sometimes people maybe just get like jealous of people's success and jealous that people had the balls to maybe go after their dreams and actually were able to make something of it. And I think it becomes very easy to like meh on people's dreams when they actually do something with themselves. So I just want to say that, like, as much as people say that the Kardashians and the Jenners don't have talent, what they actually do does take a lot of talent, and they actually are very, very smart businesswomen and very good at marketing themselves. So I just wanted to throw that one in there, and you can go ahead and think whatever you want, because we're all entitled to our own opinion. So now I'm going to take more of like a just flat packer brush, and we're going to dip into Bad Dream, which is this red guy right here, which I'm like so excited about. Red can be so hit or miss. Like it can be amazing or it can be horrible. So we're gonna have fingers crossed that it's gonna be amazing and it's just gonna go super nice and bright and like not patchy. So we're just gonna focus this on the outside corner and the inside corner of the eye. Oh, you know what? That's quite nice. Like for me, it hasn't gone on patchy at all. It's very bright, very pigmented. That's beautiful. I am so excited about that. Okay, so when you're doing this, it's important to kind of like, for a spotlight eye, you kind of want to put your darker shades on the white parts of your eye. So try looking forward as much as possible and keeping the colorful part of your eye, whatever that is called, clean for your brighter, lighter shade, and everything outside of that is where you're going to want to start packing on your darker colors. So I also started like decorating our house for Halloween major early. as always, even when I was a kid, like I would always start asking my mom if we could decorate the house super early. And she always made me wait until like the first day of October. But you know, I have my own house now. And so I decorated. I didn't go too like full blown just because like we're being conscious of what we're spending our dollars on at the current. So, oh, and now I'm gonna just pack this a bit into my upper crease here. Not like a huge amount, just a bit into where we had put that pink as well. So I started decorating our house. I used some of the decorations I had purchased last year and then also bought a few new ones from actually the dollar store because they have some really good stuff there. And I put them up in like beginning of September, I believe. So I have been living in Halloween land in my house for quite some time now. So now I'm just gonna take more of like a clean blending brush and just kind of blend that red up into our crease shade, just so we don't have any harsh lines. And I should also just mention that this is Kylie's, I believe it's her second. At first I thought it was her first, but it's her second eyeshadow palette with her new formula. And I know lots of people were saying the first one very much so did not have pigment, but this one really, like it really, really, really does. And I have a few like higher end palettes with red shades in them that like seriously, this red performs the exact same, if not almost better than those ones. So I am just so impressed with it. So you can see that literally blended out beautifully. I did not even I tapped into the color once on this brush, and it was only for this corner right here, just because I had put previously with the packing brush a bit more on this eye than this one. So like you can see that literally blended out so beautifully, so easily too. So what I'm gonna do now, just to darken in the corners a bit, is just tap back on a slight bit more with my little packing brush. Guys, I am like shocked by how easy that was and how pigmented it is. Like it blows my mind. It's wild. So now I'm gonna take more of like, it's a Precision Firm blender brush, but it's just nice and small so that I can really get darkness and depth into the very like outer corners here. And we are going to go in with Dream Demon, which is this shade right there. That is like these two shades, Dream Demon, and what was this one called? Bad Dream. So the dream shades, Dream Demon and Bad Dream, were like my two shades that I was like, I must have that palette for. So I'm just like, I have high expectations at this point because everything else has performed so well. So we're just gonna tap it in there and now just really focus this on the outside corners of the eye. And really just packing the color on in there. And then again, getting up a bit into the crease just to add some extra depth. This shade is beautiful too. Every single fall I go through, ooh, it looks nice. I go through this phase where like I literally need the most perfect burgundy shade, but each year I find like I need a different shade. So last year was more like purpley plummy, and this year I really wanted more red to it. And this is literally just like every single thing about it is perfect. I am loving it. And then I'm just gonna take this brush. It's a bit smaller and a bit firmer just to really, really, really get that right on the inside and outside corners, like nice and fully just packed on in there. And then just taking that brush from the Bad Dream again and just slightly tapping over top just to, you know, marry those shades together. Now that I'm noticing it, there's also barely any fallout on me, which is like, especially for red shades, I usually have a ton underneath my eyes and there's literally barely any, which is like, I'm just so shocked. This palette was most definitely worth every single penny. And then I'm just gonna take my blending brush again and just melt those shades into each other around the crease. And because we're doing a spotlight eye, I want to keep it a bit more rounded instead of really pulled out and cat eye. So on the edges, instead of like coming out and up like this, I'm just going to be bringing it more so down into the lower lash line. And now just tap a slight bit more into that Dark Dream Demon, just on the very, very outside corners. And now I'm just gonna quickly tap into that very first shade He's Coming, which is this guy right here, just to sweep that over the very top part that we have blended with everything, just to kind of soften it and bring it all together. Now I'm just gonna take this tiny, tiny little kind of like packer brush. I swear they're clean, guys. They just get stainy, but I have this like color switch kind of spongy here. This one's from Fenty Beauty. And I just, you can kind of use it to like clean off the pigment from your brush so it's not going to transfer, which I've been doing this whole video. But now we're going to take this guy and we're going to go in with Elm Street, which is this little shimmery guy, and we're just going to put that kind of underneath the brow bone. Just kind of on the arch of it, not the whole way across. That's very pretty shimmer. It's like a very nice kind of champagne color almost. And then I'm just gonna clean off that brush and use the same one, and we're gonna dip into just Face Your Fears and just use that kind of more so right on the tail ends of the brows. And then just grab that blending brush with any extra product it had on it from before and hit those ends. So now I think we're going to go into, let's tap into Come to Freddie, which is this one, and then I might pop a bit of this Springwood High one over top, but let's go with Come to Freddie just to kind of get a bit of pigment onto that very center of our lid. So I'm just gonna try it with my finger first. So this is probably where we're gonna really start getting the fallout, because I can like see it already on my finger and this one. And then we're just gonna tap it into the lid there. So that shade is like the slightest bit more dry, but like if you sprayed it with like a setting spray first, I'm sure that's gonna give it a totally different tackiness and almost like shine to it. That is so pretty though, guys. Oh my goodness. So now I'm just gonna take this handy little tool I have. It's a Huda Beauty little like sponge tip applicator, and then like little silicone one as well. And I'm just gonna tap this Come to Freddie into the tip of this sponge, just so that I can really like place this at the very top and widen that top end of the spotlight, just so that it's kind of more like that triangle-y tornado type shape that we want to go for. Okay, so it didn't work so great with that tool, but what we're gonna try, I'm gonna grab a tiny bit of setting spray, and we're gonna use this brush that we used for underneath of our brow bone, and I'm just gonna tap into that a tiny bit. And then I'm gonna spray this so we get it nice and wet. I'm gonna tap back in a tiny bit more, and we're just really gonna place that. Oh, there we go. Now we're getting some pretty intense glitter in there. And then just pack it on under. So we are getting a fair amount of fallout with that. But I find that usually happens with ready pinky shimmer shades. And if you more so, when you do it, if you more so angle your head down like this, it's gonna more fall onto whatever is underneath of you instead of falling directly onto your face. And we're going to dip into that Springwood High color right there. So I'm gonna start with it on my fingertip. Again, this one is quite dry and it's more of just like a glitter than anything. And just focusing that on the very center, kind of close to where my lash line is. Let's try that on the brush now. And just make sure to be looking forward for this, just so that you're really getting it in the center of the eye. And now I'm just gonna take that initial packer brush that we used with the bright red, the Bad Dream, that guy there, and I'm just gonna slightly tap back into that and just tap alongside these shimmers just to blend them in on the base corners by the lash line. And then take our small one that we used for those shimmers and tap back into Come to Freddie, this guy there, and just tap that back into the outside corners of that bright spotlight. and once more into Springwood High, just to really get everything blended together nicely. Okay, so now we're gonna take more of like this firm precision blender, so a bit more skinny tapered guy, and we are going to dip into, let's go into Dream Demon again, and we're gonna kind of just on the tip of the brush start blending that into the lower lash line. And then anything that we don't want, we can clean up with concealer when we're doing our face. Now I'm gonna go in with this small kind of tapered brush, and we're gonna dip into Gonna Get You, which is this deep green shade. And we're just gonna tuck that up really close to the lash line. Just on the outside corner. Just to really deepen it and add extra depth. This color packs extreme pigment, I will tell you that. I was not expecting that. I was thinking I was gonna have to put a few layers on, but like this is insane. So just kind of bringing it to like where my pupil hits. And then gonna take that brush that we used with the burgundy shade and just kind of blend them together. And just tapping in with that bigger brush to the Gonna Get You shade, that green one with the bigger brush, and just blending it up into the outer corner here. And then just tapping into Dream Demon, that guy, one more time to blend those together. Okay guys, I am going to hop off camera now, and I'm gonna finish my face makeup and put on some mascara, and then we will be back with my final thoughts. Okay guys, we are back and the face is on. So the only thing I did differently or added to the eyes was just a bit of my NARS eyeliner into my waterline. And I put a bit of this Elm Street shade just into the very corners of my eyes, but that is the only thing that I did off camera. Besides that, this is our final look. I love it. I'm obsessed. I really love this palette. It's just so cute. Like, that is so freaking cute. The quality is great. These two, the Come to Freddy and the Springwood High, those two are a bit like crusty dusty. I do have to admit that. They could be a bit of more like a creamy texture, and that might have worked a bit better, but those aren't the two shades that I got the palette for. The two shades that I got the palette for were Dream Demon and Bad Dream, and they perform insanely well. I'm obsessed with them. I give those two shades 10 out of 10s. And then I also used He's Coming. That was amazing. I give that shade a 10 out of a 10. Face Your Fears was amazing. Elm Street was amazing. Oh yeah, Don't Fall Asleep, that was amazing. I give all of those ones really great reviews, 10 out of 10s. Just these two could have been like, I'll give them like a 6 out of 10. They could have been a bit creamier, a bit just like easier to apply and have them stick on, but I just love it. I think it was amazing. I would recommend, if there's still some left on the website, that you definitely pick them up. I can't wait to play more with it. I think I'm gonna do a look with the green because it was so pretty. And the really nice thing is that, like, yes, this is like a Halloween-y theme palette, but the really amazing thing is that you could use it for like Christmas holiday season too. So there's, and even with the lighter shades in there, you could even use it in the summertime. So I think there's so many different things you could do with it. It's gonna be very versatile. I'm just like over the moon excited about it. The outside of the palette is amazing too. You can see even like they made it look like actual sweater, like knit fabric, just very like on brand with Nightmare on Elm Street. And even the Kylie Jenner, you can see that that is kind of like iridescent-y. What's that called? Reflective. It's reflective, and it has the color shades on the back as well, but I just love it. And it has kind of like a, it's almost like a, it's not like a, it's like a waxy matte kind of feel to it. It just feels nice on your hands. And it also doesn't feel like it's gonna get super dirty super easy, which is nice, especially for a palette that is like themed, that you really wanna keep it looking a certain way. It's nice if it's not gonna get like filthy with all of the powder on it. And then also it has like the blood spatters too, as you can see, because murder, you know? So yeah, I would highly recommend that you purchase this palette, that you give it a try. I am obsessed, guys, obsessed. And I also wanted to show you really quickly before the end of the video, I have like obviously my Halloween ears, even though they're really not Halloween for me, I wear them all the time. I also put on, I got this Halloween sweater for myself this year too. It is from a Canadian company, so I will, and they make more than just Halloween sweaters, but I just love this one. I will put their information in the description box below, as well as the information for this palette. Hopefully it's still gonna be available. I don't know, I can't guarantee, because this video won't be coming out until Halloween day, but we shall see. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel, and when you do, click the bell button and select all so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. Also, please make sure to like this video, give it the thumbs up, and when you do that, it actually really helps for me, because it tells the YouTube algorithm that it's good content, and it will actually start pushing it out to more people who aren't subscribed to my channel, which is going to be really helpful. So please, I'm begging you to give it a thumbs up, and just, oh, comment below too. Remember, comment on your favorite Halloween movies. Comment on any videos that you would like to see in the future. And I just love you guys so much. I'm just tapping in with that bigger brush. That bigger brush. I literally just choked on my own spit. The outdoor packaging, the outdoor.